Greetings, shipmates. On behalf of your entire Coast Guard senior leadership team, the Master Chief and I remain incredibly impressed with your adaptability and resilience through this global pandemic health crisis. First and foremost on our minds remains your safety and well-being and that of your families. As the old adage says, information is power, and our team here at headquarters is working tirelessly to put the right information in your hands. Information regarding PPE, information regarding teleworking, information regarding the upcoming PCS transfer season. A lot has changed in recent months, and as I've said since day one, personnel are the backbone of Coast Guard readiness. As we look forward to the readiness of the Coast Guard, we see some challenges and we see some opportunities here. The world has changed quite a bit since some of you have maybe made decisions to release from active duty this summer, and we'd like an opportunity to revisit that with you. Personnel Servicing Command is welcoming phone calls to the assignment officers about your personal circumstances, how the world may have changed, and how you may want to think about continued service in our United States Coast Guard.
We call this effort the Campaign to Retain, and our goal is to help alleviate the stress associated with separating during a global pandemic and to retain top talent in our service. I urge you to contact your supervisor or enlisted or officer of personnel management as soon as possible, or a minimum before the 1st of July. Please continue to communicate up and down your chain of command, and I'm calling on all chiefs to continue to set the example for intrusive and transparent leadership.
Leadership remains the key to navigating this global pandemic crisis, and I need all leaders at all levels to continue to interact and engage with your Coast Guardsmen, to know what's on their mind, to know what's challenging them, and know what's confronting their family, and when necessary, intervene early and frequently. The Master Chief and I remain impressed with Coast Guard men and women continuing to stand the watch across the globe. I look no further than the news earlier this week where Coast Guard Island-class patrol boats working alongside U.S. naval vessel counterparts on the Arabian Gulf were harassed continuously by Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps naval attack boats. I look to the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific Ocean where multiple Coast Guard cutters stand the watch, interdicting illicit narcotics. The Mohawk taking 1,700 kilograms of cocaine off the water just this past week. I look to the Atlantic seaboard, 200 miles offshore on a dark and stormy night, where we rescued a lone mariner off a sailing vessel. I look to our ports and waterways. We've enabled the removal of 250,000 passengers from dozens of cruise ships. And I look at the economy enabled by the marine transportation system, 355 seaports, 25,000 miles of navigable waters, key commodities that we all consume as Americans. We remain impressed by those of you that have chosen to donate blood, that are making masks, and are doing other high-value, high-impact contributions in your local community. While we're not sure when this pandemic will draw to an end, what we're absolutely sure of is that we will rise above this as a nation. Thank you to each and every one of you that continue to stand the watch, and thank you to the families supporting our Coast Guard men and women. On behalf of the Master Chief and I, the entire Coast Guard leadership team, Semper Paratus.